Welcome to another episode of Two Man Game.
Episode 7. 7 Heaven.
We've got a treat for you this week.
Special, very special. Watershed moment, I call it. Our first professional athlete. Damn! The local lad from Bexley. I don't know why they say sick up.
I think because, the hospital that I was born in was sick
fair
up.
enough.
It's Bexley sick up, isn't it?
Fair enough. Well, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Saturday people, Elliot Whale, MTK fighter, 3-0, 1 knockout. Yeah, that's it really.
Elliot the Blue Whale, Elliot the Killer Whale. I mean, you're looking for a nickname, guys, so jump in the comments, give us some ideas. But wow, I'm so excited. I've known this guy since secondary school. I used to play football with him up front, back in my glory days. He went on off to big and better things. I just became a talking head online, so that's how it goes. First and foremost, just recently had a fight just roughly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, my third fight 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? Up in Wakefield.
Yeah.
It was an undefeated fighter. He had 4 fights, 1-4. I had 2 at the time. But it was scheduled for 6, but I finished him in 1 round. Do you know what I mean? I got the knockout win in the first round.
How was it fighting without fans and stuff like that?
It wasn't as good, do you know what I mean? Because I got quite a big following, so my first 2 fights, the gaffers were on it, do you know what I mean? Yeah, he was up there. The place is going off, do you know what I mean? So this time it was shit. It was my best performance as a pro, but I didn't enjoy it because I like everyone there watching me, do you know what I mean? Cheering me on, so it was a bit of a strange one, but I want to fight, do you know what I mean? So I had to take the fight and we'll see for my next one, hopefully I can have fans, if not, behind closed doors again.
It's good that you've got that experience now, innit?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
So next time.
Done it.
Anyway, we've got some quick fire questions that we ask our guests,
Right.
I'll ask you, Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Yeah. LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
Okay. City or Liverpool?
City.
Mayweather or Ali?
Mayweather.
Money, mate.
Fury or AJ?
Fury.
Okay. Pep or Klopp?
Oh, Pep.
Football or boxing?
Boxing.
Of course, man, come on.
Of course he's a boxer.
He's a boxer.
Back
in his early days,
what was your first love? So how did you get into boxing as well?
So I was 8. I started when I was 8. I was at primary school. Okay. A couple of my pals were playing football that I was playing football with. They wanted to go there. So obviously we went there just to get fit for football and that. And I think after 2 weeks, one of them was a goalkeeper and broke his thumb, and the other one just didn't like it, so he gave up. But I just loved it. Do you know what I mean? I stayed there. And that's the same club that I was with my whole amateur career, do you know what I mean? So I stayed there from 8 to 21, and I think I just enjoyed it. And I got to about 13, and I played a bit of football, and I was alright, but I wasn't well beaten. Do you know what I mean?
You had quick feet.
I was alright, but in the end, as we got older, I was slow. I'm a slow sprinter, so I could beat someone, then I'd get caught by the defender. So I got to about 13, and I just thought, I'm gonna jack this in and focus on the boxing. So. Yeah, that's
probably where your footwork for boxing comes in, because you had good feet in football.
Yeah,
I'm a bit like Adam Lallana's quick nippy feet. I played up front, I saw you.
I was alright.
So when did you realise that boxing was going to be it for you now? This is it?
To be fair, from 8 years old, as soon as I stepped in the gym, I was I wasn't the best. I was quite like an awkward gangly kid, you know what I mean? So from 8, I just wanted to box straight away. I didn't know I was ever going to be a pro, but that was in my mind. I just wanted to do boxing, and then I went to school, and I sort of palmed school off a little bit, and I just focused on the boxing. And
must have been a bright kid, went to a good school. Must have been a bright kid.
I don't know. I didn't learn much. They'd be embarrassed to hear me now. Do you know what I mean? I can't spell properly. I'm not. I was quite a rude kid, thought I was funny in school, do you know what I mean? So I don't know,
I guess you're devoted to your craft. It's more the focus was all boxing.
Tunnel vision.
I never used to do the work. I didn't do no own work. I just used to think boxing. Obviously, luckily for me, it paid off. If I have kids of my own, I won't be tempted to do that. Do you know what I mean? But for me, it paid off. But
if you want to make it at highest level, that's the type of dedication that you need.
Yeah, of course. I think you got to be devoted to one. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it properly. Do you know what I mean? One thing and put you all into it. But
so when was your first fight? When was your first actual?
Yeah, my first fight as amateurs 11 because you have to be 11.
Okay.
You have to be 11 to be allowed to fight. So I had a couple of years just in the gym, training, whatever. Then I had my first fight in 2008. It was in Slade Green.
Can you remember it like clearly?
Yeah, I remember. That was a bit of a funny one. Like I wasn't very nervous. Like I don't really get. Well, as I got better and it got more on the line, I got more nervous. But at the beginning, I wasn't nervous, and I remember just when I boxed quite well. I remember actually when I was about 14, 15, I had all the old DVDs and I watched them back and I was like, cool, I wasn't that good, do you know what I mean? But it was well scrappy in it, but yeah, I've got the win and it's something that I always remember, do you know what I mean?
I would say the elite are always overly critical of themselves, hold themselves to higher standards, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps you like
you can also improve.
It keeps you like on your toes. You know, you want to improve.
Is there settled? Do you know what I mean?
When you're boxing, was there someone you were trying to emulate, or you just trying to do it yourself?
When I was really young, I loved like watching. I loved it. Yeah, I loved boxing, and I used to like Joe Calzaghe. He was like my favourite fighter.
He's a southpaw as well.
Yeah, southpaw. Yeah, I think that's probably why I liked him. It's just so I used to always like watch him and stuff. But I think as I got a bit older and as I started doing it more, I sort of stopped watching the boxing. Do you know what I mean? So now I don't look at fighters and think, I want to be like them or whatever. I just do my own thing. But
as a novice here, what's the difference? Southpaw, orthodox, what's all of these?
So orthodox is when you're right-handed.
Yeah.
Southpaw's left-handed.
So you're left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
Is that an advantage? Would you say?
They say
it is. They say it is because there's not as many left-handers. Do you know what I mean? So they stand different and they're more awkward and. I don't know, they can, I don't know.
Because you're used to fighting orthodox fighters. Orthodox fighters are not necessarily used to fighting.
Do you know what I mean? So normally it's orthodox on orthodox.
That's how, just so to go on a little tangent, that's how like James Harden has an advantage because he's left-handed. Obviously not used to
It's also like in football, were you left-footed as well?
No, I was right-footed.
Oh, okay.
I can't kick a ball left-footed.
You can't kick a ball left-footed?
No. Yeah, that's why those guys like so guys who are left-footed, they're just one-footed can get away with much more than right-footed guys who are just one-footed, you know what I mean? Because obviously people are not used to left-foot players and
so with left-handers as well, it might be it's different angles.
Yeah, so the way we stand is just different and we get. I don't know because obviously I've never, but like when I box southpaw, it's just normal to me. But orthodox fighters that say about southpaws, they say that they can hit shots from different angles a bit. Like, do you know what I mean? They're more awkward than.
Have you ever faced a southpaw?
Yeah, I've fought loads. Like, it don't really make a lot of difference to me. Do you know what I mean? I think when southpaw versus southpaw, I think they're easier to hit. Because the hands are, you know what I mean? You can get the left hand over the top, and I think obviously I'll get caught more and I'll catch them more. But
So when was your first professional fight as well? I'm just trying to piece together your career as well.
To be there, mate.
Yeah, my first one. I was there. It was up there. I had a good following there. I had quite a few, like a couple hundred people there. Or a few hundred. Then that was in November. November, I can't remember the date. 20 something.
I think mid to late November because I'm about to go to a party after.
I think So the Sky and that it was.
Yeah, so you already got that.
Yeah, my first two was on the. Because I'm signed with MTK. Okay. They promote and manage me.
I think it's in Fury. Is it Tyson Fury?
So yeah, basically they're like a management team. So they manage loads of fighters and. Some fighters have different promoters, right? Okay. But they promote and manage me, which means they can get me on MTK shows, BT shows, Frank Warren, or Sky Eddie Hearn. And my first two fights were at a Golden Contract, which was on a Sky Sports show. So I was on that. My second one was obviously behind closed doors at MTK. But hopefully, touch wood, if it all goes well, if I keep doing what I'm doing, I want to be trying to get with Eddie Hearn, really. Do you know what I mean? Sky.
Everyone's that platform, the top dog these days.
So how did your junior career help you when you started actually having the professional fights? Was it like?
I think I think it's quite important to have a good amateur career. Do you know what I mean? Because you have a lot of you fight. I've fought around the world. I've boxed quite like elite level fighters. So when you get into the pro game, there's a few pros that they're just fit and strong, but they've not had that amateur background. Do you know what I mean? So they don't really. You're like a level above them already, sort of thing. So like you learn. I think it's important to have a good amateur background for the pros. Some people get away with it and not have a amateur background. They go and win world titles. But I think if you watch, I think there was a show. I tell you what it was. It was the Povetkin White show. Yeah. Every winner there had an unreal amateur career. Do you know what I mean? So that. So like Povetkin was Olympic gold medalist. Chris Congo boxed Luther K. He was on the GB squad. Do you know what I mean? I think Katie Taylor might have boxed as well.
I think she did. Yeah.
And I think that was a close fight, but again, she was like probably one of the best females that there's been in the.
Did you ever want to box at the Olympics, or were you just?
Yeah, no, I did. To be fair, when I was young, I wanted to, and I got to in 2017. I boxed in there's like a tournament, the ABAs. I got to the semi-finals, and I boxed the GB number one, the Great Britain number one. It's on YouTube, and that I was only 18. I think he was about 21, but he was like the number one, right? He beat me. He gave him a good fight, but he did win. But then after that, they give me Great Britain trials.
Okay.
So I went up to Sheffield to have like the assessments and whatever, but I didn't get on. I didn't get picked, so I thought, all right, I'll give it another couple of years. Again, as I've got older and I moved up a weight, I felt like the program was more suited to me. Like I like taking my time, longer rounds. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense.
The amateurs is very fast paced, and if you lose the first round, then you're already in trouble. So yeah, I think after I didn't get selected for the Great Britain team, I just thought, all right, hang out another couple of years and just turn pro. So I did want to go there, but then after I didn't get selected for the team, I thought, that's how
it is. Are you very focused on your goal? Like it's not like you're not trying to deviate.
Well, to get to my main goal, I've got small little goals. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to tick them off. Obviously.
So you set yourself like
smaller goal. Yeah, like now I think there's a thing called box rec, and it's like, do you know what I mean? If you're not, you can see all the thing. And I've had 3 fights. Welterweight's the busiest division in Britain.
Probably the busiest division.
Yeah, probably in the world, but especially for Britain. And I'm ranked 44 now. I've had a little look around who's around me, so really I'm setting small goals just to climb up the rankings, and soon in a year or so's time I want to be pushing top 10 then for a British title.
So how many fights do you think that will take you to get?
Well, obviously because of all this going on, I don't know, it's going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to get 5 or 6 a year. I think this year I've had 2 because of the coronavirus, but hopefully this time next year I could be 7 fights, 7 wins, and
You mentioned something about like you've been around the world and had like what's the your best experiences and what's your worst as well? Where have you been?
I've been Sweden, Ireland, more around Europe, not really like the world, but I've been Germany, Scotland, Ireland, Sweden, Finland. I've been to some good places. Like I think, do you know what? The fighting's great, when you're in like team, when you go into these things. But after, when you've fought, you can go out, like you're just like as a team. That's the best experience that I have. Okay. Not actually the fighting, because the fighting's just my job sort of thing. But when you're out with the team, you'll make some good memories there. You know what I mean? That's pucker. I like that.
Yeah, because you had a deep amateur career, like you said. I believe 108 fights.
Yeah.
What's your amateur record?
I had 108 and I won, I think 83, 84, 80, yeah.
That's very
I think as a junior, like I won as a schoolboy, like when you're really young, I done alright, but I lost I won more than I lost, but I still lost. As a senior, I think I only lost once every year. I was a senior 3 years, but I've had quite a few fights. So
you're fighting like repetitively.
Yeah, I had a better senior career than.
Is it like when you're fighting as a junior? If you're going to tournaments, are you fighting like every other day, or you're fighting?
Well. If you go to like a European Games or World Games or whatever, then you fight over like I think it's a 10-day period or something. But yeah, it's pretty much every day. You have like the odd day off, but I never done that. I've only ever done like box cups, and it's been like weekends, obviously Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. But I've done all that. That's good.
How's that like? So when you're preparing for a fight over a long period of time, what is like the training regime that you undertake?
As a pro or as amateur? It's a bit.
Give me the amateur, then we can ask you about the pro as well.
Well, as an amateur, all I used to do was a lot of road running.
Okay.
And just go to the boxing gym, sparring, pads, bags. That was it really.
Yeah. What kind of foundational skills?
Yeah. As a pro, it's a bit different. I've added like strength conditioning. Okay. I do lots of swimming. I go to the boxing gym every day, or Monday to Friday. But I don't go to work. I'm full time. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I get up some days I go and do my strength conditioning. Other days I go and do a run in the morning or whatever. I think the pros you have to add a few more things in.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
So does it build up like closer to the fight? Do you do more, or do you?
I think further away you do more. So we'll spar more rounds when we're further away. As we're getting closer to the fight, we schedule it down a bit because you don't want to. You don't want to overtrain. You don't want to burn out before your fight. So
Like another geezer was.
do you know what I mean? So like the beginning of camp, very hard, doing loads of rounds of sparring. Then as you're getting fitter, you start to taper it down a little bit. Hold in what you're building up to full fight night. Do you know what I mean? And obviously you got to make the weight and stuff, but.
Yeah, but you don't struggle making the weight, you see.
No, I'm alright with them.
So making weight is fine for you.
For me,
well.
yeah, I'm 6'1". I make 10 stone 7. Do you know what I mean? So I'm big for the weight, but my first two, all my fights, because it's not championship weight, I can just can weigh in at like 10 stone 10s. Then you know what I mean. So you don't have to make an actual weight, but I know I can make 10-7.
Okay.
So
with ease.
Yeah.
Would you so like before the fight? Would you put on weight like before it, or do you just stay at 10 stone 7?
Nah. So before, normally, like I'll fight. Say like my last fight I was 10 stone. I weighed in 10 stone 9 something. Boxed. Then I had like a week and a half off, just eating what I want, chilling out, relaxing. I come back, so I'll probably go up to about 71, 72 kilos. And then I'll just come back down. Like, but it's not really a big weight loss. Do you know what I mean? So it's not. It's only a few kilos. Like, if I've got to be 10-10 and I'm weighing in at like 11 stone 1, 11 stone 2, it's not a lot. Do you know what I mean? Then obviously when I actually have to do like 10-7, I'll probably have to lose a stone. But what's 6 kilos? Is it? So what? Stone 6 kilos?
I think it's like 6 kilos.
Something like that. Yeah. So it's not too bad. Like, it's not. It's not going to kill me.
So what's like nutrition? Is it hard to be disciplined with your food, or is it?
Oh well, it depends. You're a professional at the end of the day. You don't really getting paid for it, so I'll take it seriously because it's my job. But some fighters, they might not. Do you know what I mean? They might have a little cheat here and there. But when I'm making 10 stone 10, I'm allowed. I can have like a little bit of luxury. I can eat a chocolate. Like, you know what I mean? I can have my little bit. Obviously, when I have to make 10 stone 7, I probably have to cut the chocolate, like little bits out, the little treats here, but.
The sacrifices you got to make.
But for now, I can have a little treat. But I take my diet very seriously. Do you know what I mean?
So going into that your recent fight, how did you feel before and how did you feel like after as well?
Well, when the fight got made, obviously I knew he was undefeated, 4-1-4. But on paper, it looked like an even fight. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had 2, he's had 4, but I knew myself. He hasn't had much of an amateur career. I looked on BoxRec and I think he boxed. So there's a thing called journeyman in boxing. Yeah,
like,
do you know what I mean? So they're there, they're tough, they're durable, but they're not there to win. Do you know what I mean?
They're just there to
so they make you put your name out. You know what I mean, right? So I looked on BoxRec and he's boxed 4 journeymen, 1 or 4, but for 2 of them fights, he's lost a round, and drew a round. Now when I fight the journeyman, you've seen it, it's not close. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, so I know his sort of level. So on paper, it was like it's a 50-50 fight, but in my mind, I was confident that I was going to get the win. So I felt quite confident in myself.
Did you watch any footage on him?
I watched a round. I don't really watch the boxing. I watched 1 round of him. And from that, I thought, I think I can.
As you obviously got up the ranks and the levels, would you start to watch more footage of people?
I'll let my coach do that. Then he comes up with the game.
So you and your coach are like, you're very close, like with the game plan and.
Yeah, he'd drill it into me for the training camp. We learn practice shots. If you look on my Instagram, like you can see the shot. I was practicing that shot on the pads that I knocked him out with.
It's true.
I'm practicing the shots. So we're putting the practice shots that we're trying to do in the fight, and then obviously this one it paid off, but.
How long you been with your trainer?
Literally, that one there was since I turned pro. So I think I went with him in August, or September. No, July, August, last year. Then I had my first fight in November, but obviously I've been with him since. But
how's it been? Is it different to what you've had before?
Nah, because I've known my coach now. I've known him and Eddie. I've known him for a while. Before when I was an amateur, I knew him. But it's just sort of the same. But it's just I don't know. It's a different game. Do you know what I mean? The pros to the amateurs. I think I've become a better fighter since joining there. Of
course.
But
is it that? Can you feel that like a step up? Like is it a big step up, or is it just like for you
probably
seamless?
I think it is a step up because in my amateur gym, it was a great amateur gym, but I had to go out and spar different people.
Okay.
I was one of the only seniors at my so. I was like the oldest one there. Do you know what I mean? I weren't sparring anyone from my gym really, but obviously it was a great gym, and my coach done everything for me, like taking me other gyms and sparring and stuff. But now in my gym now, there's elite fighters all weights, so we're all like mixed in with each other. So obviously the sparring's better and things like that. So yeah, it's better.
Who's your hardest spar, or best person you sparred?
Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor,
world champion.
Yeah. I sparred him twice, two lots of 6 rounds. But I was only an amateur when I sparred him.
He's a lightweight?
Super lightweight. So he's the weight below me.
Okay, super.
The weight below me.
Because I remember watching his fight against, was it Prograis?
Yeah, they had a good little scrap. They did. I watched that. That's one. I don't really watch a lot of boxing, but I watched that fight. And that was good.
So when you fought Josh Taylor, did you feel like, okay, I belong at this level?
Yeah, so I sparred him when I was an amateur.
Yeah.
I think he was fighting Victor Postel at the time.
Yeah.
So it's just before his world title. But when I realised I'm sparring these fighters and I'm giving them good spars, and then after the spar their coaches invited me to come back, so obviously I must be doing alright. That's when I knew, right, now I know, turn pro, train hard, do it, and I know I can go all the way, do you know what I mean? So
how do you, like, what's your are you aggressive in the boxing ring, or are you more tactical?
On a punch?
I don't know, like, it's a funny one, because I'm tall and I'm quite like, you'd think I'm a long range fighter, which I am at best. That's like, I am a good long range fighter, but I do like having a little go and like I can mix it up a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Because obviously you weren't always how you shot.
Yeah, because I used to be small. I'm a late developer. Yeah, like I must have hit puberty late because like I was little and then got to about 17. Didn't it? I was probably smaller than you. Do you know what I mean? I probably was about. I think year 11. I was about 5'1".
What? Probably like 5 feet.
Yeah, it's funny. I was small.
Yeah.
Wow. I won a junior ABAs. I was under 46 kilos. I was little. Then 17, just shot up. And
because that's how AD works. Obviously AD, sorry to go on tangent. He was more boss, he was a point guard, and he shot up, and then obviously he's got a point guard. So
he shot like what, 8 inches or something like that?
But obviously because he's got a ball hand and he's so big, and obviously he was short, so obviously naturally he'll be more on the inside. And as he shoots, grows up in height, develops the outside game, develops both outside and inside. And when you have both, you're very, very, very dangerous. You know what I mean? The best fighters, the best fighters usually have, both inside and outside.
Yeah, can do both. And obviously I think we've been adapting the shorter range now, where I'm sort of trying to thingy, but yeah, it's going well. I think I've got a bit of everything.
That's true. So what's it called? So what would you say your favourite punch is? Because obviously I like body punching, as you know. I mean, guys like Errol Spence, other guys like that, commit to the body, because it's risky, don't get me wrong, but it has a lot of value when you do commit to the body. Put money in the bank, as they say.
I think the body shots, I love a body shot. I think like they affect people. Do you know what I mean? Like when you if you're doing a 12-round fight, you chop them down early to the body. By the 6th, 7th round, they're knackered. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't go to the body. Understand what I'm saying? So I like the body shots, but I think my favourite shot's probably going down to the body and then coming upstairs. So, but yeah, I do like the body shot. Anyway, as long as I knock them, if I can knock them out, do you know what I mean? Head or body, like.
I mean, that's what they say. Attack the body, head will fall.
Yeah, what's your favourite moment in the ring so far? Like, what's your standout moment so far?
When I was an amateur, my last years in the ABAs, I boxed some tall kid and taller than me was, and I chinned him. I just put him asleep. You know what I mean? And for someone like no one really does that. There's only a couple of people. And I remember just getting him and he was out, and I thought, oh, that's a good shot. I like that. And my pro debut, that there's probably the best. Like walking out, everyone. It was good, wasn't it? Everyone.
Yeah, man, it was great. Seeing all the guys again, man.
It was good. That's probably my favourite moment. Or I was saying that, even winning my first title. You know what I mean? When I was a bit younger, like boxing for England, like everything. Yeah, I've had some good memories.
You were the captain of England as well, weren't you?
Yeah, my last fight as a senior for England, we boxed England versus Scotland, and I was the team captain. So like you get to walk out with the flag when they did the national anthem. It was good. It was.
That's impressive, man. So you actually got to represent your country.
Quite a few times now, since 16.
So you got proper pedigree, like when you you're gonna be so ready for the pros and all.
He has more amateur fights than most fighters today, like elite level fighters have in their career. Like most, in terms of amateur fights only, like. I can't remember how many Lomachenko has, but I think you do have more than Lomachenko in terms of
No, he has.
He has
like 300 and something.
Okay, maybe not him, but it's
yeah, some Ukrainian, there's 395.
There's quite a few top guys that don't have as many amateur fights as him. I mean,
so is this gonna be your weight you're gonna fight out for?
For now, obviously, welter. Try when I want to, obviously go all the way to the world level, and then after I've done everything I want to do at welter, I'll move up.
So who's the elite welterweight fighters right now?
Proper good fighters. It's a tough division. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. Do you know what I'm saying? But by the time I get there,
it's gonna be a different generation.
It'll be 5-6 years maybe, right?
Yeah.
Because in the pros it takes a bit of time. There's like fighters like Virgil Ortiz, a young one. I think he's my age, or maybe might be younger. But in America they do things a bit quicker, right? Than us. But he's like 16-0, 16 knockouts, powerful. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he'll be there. So it's a tough division, but we'll see.
If there was someone that you would, if you got to choose a fight out of them, who would you like to fight out of those people? Who do you think your style could match up to right now? To give him a good one.
Because he's so tall, they'll be. I feel like pretty much they've seen at this weight, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd like to fight. Out of all them, Errol Spence, I don't know all of them because they're all so like elite level fighters. You know what I mean? So I'd like to test myself against all of them.
Yeah.
I like Crawford. I think he's my favourite at the welterweight, but
yeah, Crawford's quality.
Yeah, I like Crawford.
My favourite is Errol Spence, but when that fight
hopefully they get that on.
They need to have it on.
They need to get that on.
That's like the next big fight.
Yeah.
I mean, across all divisions, that's the one we need to see.
Serious fight that will be.
I mean, I could see both men winning. I mean, Crawford's probably a bit more polished.
Yeah, I think Crawford's probably the more like on his feet can move a bit, but Spence punch really hard and like he's effective in his
like I said, committed body punch. Like Spence just doesn't go away.
No, just powerful. He is.
And his skills are a bit underrated, but obviously skills wise, Crawford has an edge, but. Like I said, Errol Spence before. We said Errol Spence is a big welterweight.
Yeah, he's a puncher.
Can't commit to the body punch, intense.
Like it depends how long Crawford can stay away from him.
Yeah.
If he lets him get to his body early on, then I think.
Has there been talks about that fight happening?
Yeah, for a while.
I mean, obviously, with what's going on, if this didn't happen, probably would have happened early next year latest, but obviously what's going on, everything's been pushed back.
It's a lot of money in those kind of big fights.
That's why a lot of big fights don't happen. Yeah, because the fighters they think they.
Are you a man that will fight anyone anywhere?
I'll fight anyone anyway. Yeah, I've been everywhere.
I like that mentality.
You know what I mean, I'm not in it for the money. Obviously, I want to secure my future. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I do want to earn money and stuff. Yeah, but I'm on it. I want to win titles.
So that's what motivates you.
I'd rather. Yeah, I want to be a world champion. So the money will come. I'm not after the money. Do you know what I mean? The money will come, but I'm there for titles, and I want to go through weights. I want to be remembered. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a kid from Bexley. Like I just want to.
Bexley boy.
Yeah, hopefully.
You've done a lot, man. You've done a lot so far just to get to where you are now. There's still all there's still so much room to grow.
Yeah, there's so much left. Like obviously, hopefully, because of my sort of style, I've got 10, 11 years in this game. Touch wood if it all goes well. So.
Hey, touch wood.
So So the ambition is to be world champion.
Yeah, I want to be world champion. Yeah.
Hold all the belts.
Yeah, just want to. Yeah, fuck yeah. Do you know what I mean? Win that world title. Then obviously see if I can fight for more. Then if not, move up. Again, challenge for world titles, win world title. Like, because my frame, I think I can go up the weights. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I won't be welterweight forever, but yeah, just see.
Is there a place in the world that you really wanna have a fight at?
Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas, baby.
Go out to Vegas.
Over Madison Square.
Yeah, because what's Madison Square? New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Vegas. Get all the boys out in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true. Vegas.
Obviously, yeah, get out there.
Or you could do what Andy Johnson Ruiz did fighting
Saudi Arabia for the
Saudi.
Big readies, like,
Saudi. Well, we know you could have you fight in Africa or Asia or something.
Yeah, anywhere.
You know what I mean?
It's
crazy. What was I gonna say?
Oof. Is there anything you like at your game now? What are you trying to improve at? Like, what's the thing that you need to improve to make the big gains in your career?
I don't know. Just polishing up what I've got. Do you know what I mean? I think I can do a bit of everything. I don't switch. That's anything. I don't go from orthodox southward. Do you know what I mean? But I think I'm a bit too late now. I'm at a sort of level where. I'll go backwards if I'm going to turn. Do you know what I mean?
Is there a true advantage of guys who switch it, or is it just
it makes it awkward, but if you can deal with both styles, you know, once they switch, alright, he's orthodox now, alright, he's gone back to southpaw. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be switched on. But obviously, some people might not be able to deal with it, so it's good they can do both. Do you know what I mean? Say like you're comfortable fighting orthodox, but you can't do a southpaw. If that geezer can switch, and then you're done then, isn't it?
Yeah, because he's inviting your weakness.
Do you know what I mean?
As they say.
But if you can do both, like I can fight against both, so it doesn't matter if they switch to me.
Because I remember earlier when we spoke earlier in the year, I remember you saying you might go down to super lightweight for titles. Is that still part of the plan, or did you want to?
I don't think I'll be able to make the super lightweight. I feel I'm a bit too big for. Like I ain't got a lot of body fat. Do you know what I mean? See, like I had a week and a half off. I've ate every day. Takeaways. You know what I mean? I've just ate shit because I'm allowed to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm still the same weight as what I walk around at. Do you know what I mean? So I've ate McDonald's, and I haven't put no weight on.
Some people will kill for that, mate.
Yeah. I know, I'm lucky. I'm blessed. One day it's all going to catch up with me. I'm going to big old boy, but
by then you'll be rich, mate.
That's it. No, I need to be making weight. I need to be killing myself.
Sleeping in the silk sheets, as they say.
Hopefully.
But it's a bit different. Who's your favourite boxer all time?
All time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably have to say, I don't know, maybe Joe Kazagi, because when I was younger I used to watch him, but there's better fighters than Joe Kazagi, like Flo Man, like, he's probably the best, but yeah, I'm not really into the boxing. I don't really know a lot about all the old fighters and stuff, so...
Joe Kazagi's quality was a bit underrated, to be fair.
think the only thing bad about him is that he sort of picked opponents at the right time. Like
that's what they say, yeah.
He boxed fighters that were dumb, didn't fight them at their best. You know what I mean? Like he boxed them when they was on the way out. That's probably the only bad thing. But
is that actually true, or is it just he peaked when they were dropping?
I'm not sure. Sometimes he had injuries and that. Then a year later fighting him, and he was like fighting. I think it was might have been Jeff Lacey, maybe.
Yeah, I heard about Jeff Lacey.
I think he was meant to fight him twice, but pulled out both times with injuries, and then boxed him again like a couple of years later. But he's old. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough. So that's probably why people underrate him more. Don't talk about side, because if that's the case. Yeah. I've heard rumours about that, but I haven't looked into it specifically.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he used to do. Like,
you want to face the fighters at their prime?
Yeah, of course. Like, obviously, it's all about, you have to. It's a business at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? But
it's so important.
My manager, my coach Al, they'll sort out all that.
Yes, it's not
myself. I'll fight anyone, but they pick my opponents.
It's good that you have some people like in control, so you can just focus.
All they do
purely on the fighting.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to focus.
So how long you've had this like contract to negotiate?
I've got a 3-year deal with MTK.
So how did they find you? What happened?
To be fair, I was gonna turn pro, but I couldn't find a gym. I didn't really know where to go. I went down, then I went with Firebox, and most of their fighters are Frank Warren. So I could have got a deal with Warren, but I didn't want to go down that route. Although they sponsor our gym, they're really good to our team. Do you know what I mean? But I just wanted to go a different route. Then one of my friends, he knows someone who's like a manager from MTK, and then we had a little sit down and that, and then yeah. So
if you had any budding boxers that are like watching this pod, like what advice would you give them? Like they're just about to start it.
The next generation.
We're
hero to them now.
Don't cut corners, but give it 100% everything that you can do. Do you know what I mean? Train hard and just give it your all. Don't cut no corners, because if you cheat, you'll find out. You know what I mean? You get found out. So. Yeah, give it your best.
Have you seen people get found out then?
Yeah, you know what like happens to like when you're young and that, and you like happens. Sometimes it does happen. You get caught out. Do you know what I mean? You have to give it. It's like got to give it your all and not cheat. You can't cheat the grind. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you get caught out when you're fighting someone who hasn't cheated.
It's a life lesson. I mean, he's been in the game for a while. So definitely seen guys who are the guys and they probably dropped off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they said, they say in football, all the guys in basketball, these guys are the main guys, blah, 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 and then they just fall off. I mean, it's all about the willpower. I mean, obviously technique and talent is good, but you have to have the staying power, the mentality to keep going on and on and on and on. Like you said, it's never ending grand. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So outside of boxing, what's life like for you? Like what occupies your time when you're not fighting? Or you just purely...
No, I do after my fight, I'll go out with my pals and that, like that. Like I'm not a heavy drinker, but after my fight, I have a little drink on the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like just to unwind a bit.
Yeah,
but I'm not very I'm not like a big boozer and that. Yeah, really, I don't go to work, so I just plot about really. In the days, go for food and that. I like my food. Just that's it really. Just.
What's your favourite cuisine or dish these days?
There's a lot. My favourite takeaway, I like a Chinese.
Yeah, my guy.
I like a Chinese. That's my favourite takeaway.
Wow.
I had it last week. I like the Chinese.
Taking me Chinese. One of our bets.
What else do I like? I like going to down the Italians. I like seafood pasta and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That's right.
What's your favourite drink then? Is it just a cold
Well,
beer?
my alcoholic drink. I like a WKD, the little blue bottles, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm young, but it's nice. You know, I don't care what people say. They're nice.
I like cocktails, man. Who cares what they say?
They're nice. That's something, you know what I mean? They're my
even if they have something to say, you can just give them a
just give them you know what I mean? They're my favourite. I like them WKD. They're my favourite drinks, but they're sugary though, so I can't have too many of them.
You can't do many.
It's true. It's true. Oh gosh, Elliot the Blue Whale, what a guy.
It's been lovely to have you.
It's been good to be here, you know what I mean? So.
Oh gosh. Obviously, I'm definitely keep hard tabs in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously I've been teaching him along.
Yeah, you brought me into
the boxing
you,
lifestyle.
And the first thing I saw you do is knock a man down with a body blow. So
that was crazy. Like I said to him, I literally got him from coaching, sat down for a bit. I had to go to the loo, then literally just in time for the fight started, still hadn't settled. And then I saw the other guy started fast. I thought, you know what? This might be a bit long, you know, it's been a bit dangerous. I think you caught your cop down, didn't it?
Yeah, he caught me to be fair, the first 30 seconds I couldn't find my rhythm a little bit. Like
I think it was his pace. He started
he just started really quick and then I couldn't really hit him. And he caught me with a couple of little jabs and I think he got with a right hand. Yeah. And then I think I caught him a couple of shots and then after that I found my rhythm. I started sinking him down to the body a bit and once I found my rhythm I thought I was starting to take a bit of control of the first round. Then I just caught him with that shot and
that's it.
Mostly well, mate.
Have you had a face-off before? Was that your first face-off?
The interview thing?
Yeah,
that's my first one. I'm quite, I don't know, when the cameras get on me, I'm getting better now, I'm getting better, but like when the camera's on me, I'm normally a bit like I try too hard, do you know what I mean? So, because sometimes I'm talking, you know, people are like, what do you say, like I mumble and they can't, so I try too hard to talk like, clearly. Then I end up talking like a robot, and I think it's not really me. Then we're sitting there face to face, and I'm thinking, "Come, I've got to make weight in love." You know, what I mean? I don't really want to do it. And I'm sitting there, but now after that win, I've done an interview after, and I think I'm just relaxing more into it. It's part of the job. Do you know what I mean? I've got to get better at it.
I think the more you do,
the better you be. Do you know what I mean? So. That's my first one, but hopefully I do more, then I get better.
Just one of my final questions. You see when you're facing the guy up, like you said before that you walked up for the fight, you were seeing he was breathing heavy. Yeah. I'm not sure in the amateurs, did you get opportunities to like size guys up before you fought?
In the amateurs?
Yeah, not
in the amateurs you literally just
turn up a fight.
Yeah, just turn up, you see them weigh, like you don't do the stand like the weigh-in, you know what I mean? We could weigh in at different times. Obviously have like 2 hour weigh-in period, but he could got there early, you know what I mean? Like you don't know. But as I got older, obviously you know in the amateurs you sort of know everyone. Yeah. So when you find out you're fighting, you sort of know. Obviously the pros is different. You're going to have a day before weigh-in, so you get to size them up a little bit. But
yeah, because when you saw him, he was breathing heavy.
Yeah, because I remember we was in the like. You had to touch gloves on that, and he was breathing. His belly was going. And my coach said he's nervous here. Like, and I think that's probably why he started so quickly. Do you know what I mean? Just to
get out of that.
I belong.
Just to show. Like, I don't know. Like, it might have been a bit of a front thing. Do you know what I mean?
That's where your junior career comes in. You've been used to coming into the ring.
You've got to be relaxed. You know what I mean? So. I think he was probably a bit nervous. And
did that alter your game plan at all, or was it always the same? Or did that make you? Did that convince you that I'm going to commit to the body because this guy's he's breathing?
My coach Al said go downstairs, like, you know what I mean? He's breathing. He's going to like take a lot out of him, but I'll go to the body anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't really take much out of my game plan. Like, I knew what I had to do, and we got the job done.
Like, do you know what everyone has a game plan until you get hit? Yeah. When you really feel your first hit, how do you respond normally? Was it
sometimes? Well, when I'm sparring and I get hit, I end up trying to like get the shots back.
Okay.
because in the amateurs, again, you got 3 rounds. You get hit, you need to fire back. The judges see it.
Yes.
The pros are a bit different. You get caught with 1 shot. It's 1 shot. You know what I mean? You still got 6. Like, it's not going to affect the round. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in the amateurs, sometimes like it's different scoring. It's like you get caught. It's like, oh, you've lost a point.
So you have to go back.
Yeah, in the pros it's different. You get hit with 1. That's alright. I'll just regroup. Do you know what I mean? It ain't like, it's not like he stunned me or anything. It's just a punch. It's just boxing. You're gonna get hit. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, what I've got, and then obviously if it does after, say like because of my experience as an amateur, I think I've got quite a good boxing brain. So if what we've trained that ain't worked on, we go to plan B and I adapt in the ring. Do you know what I mean? Change my game plan. But
adaptability is very key. The ability to adjust. Obviously, people like Flo and other elite fighters, they can adjust
to any style,
in-game, mid-game.
There's certain fighters out there that are very one-dimensional, stand there, can only do one thing, they're strong, they can only, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to adapt to different things. If that's not going to work, if a puncher, say like someone who could just punch hard, not very good but just really strong, if they can't get close to them and can't hit and they can't adapt, then it's going to be an easy night for the other geezer. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so you have to be able to.
You've seen all types of style of fights. I've seen
counter-attackers. You just take stuff away from them.
You
just take away their best attributes or what they like to do, and when they do that, they fold. Yeah, like I've seen.
And if they can adapt, then they'll be like, right, he's doing this to get rid. Then they'll go do the same kills. Some people can't adapt, some people can, but that's the difference. I think
it's just as much mental as it is technical and stuff.
Yeah, boxing's up there, mate.
Mental.
That is the main thing. If you've got a good mental state, that's more important than anything in boxing.
Because boxing teaches a lot of discipline. Mentally, it's tough. Like
a lot of kids, if you was like sparring, got hit, your first action would be like, I want to get this geezer. Do you know what I mean?
So it takes time to get that mindset out of you.
Yeah, you need to get away from that.
That can throw a game plan off.
Yeah, you need.
Because some people get hit like that, then just go
they see red, don't they? They're like,
and they leave themselves open for shots, and they get
so there's a lot of discipline, really.
Loads, massive.
I mean, mentality, man. What do we say on our bio? What does it say?
Yeah, mental, physical, technical.
Mental's most important. I would say all sports.
Yeah, mental. Yeah, in all sports. If you look at the elite at all sports, that's what they.
A lot of them said that they were guys, like I said before, they were better than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More talented than them. Like Ronaldo said that Fabio Palm guy, whatever his name was. Maybe not Messi, I don't think Messi ever said that, but guys, literally most of them said that.
Yeah, like.
Obviously Messi won't say it.
Oh gosh, shit, man.
Why would Messi say that? He's the most talented player you've ever seen.
Okay, whatever.
You said it already, you've said it.
I said technically. He's the most technically gifted player I've ever seen.
Technically
proficient.
Is technical not part talent?
It's part talent, yeah.
What's also part of talent then?
Well, for me, physical, mental. I
mental is not a talent, is it?
Mental. I expect people with the mental acuity to execute. It's a talent availability is the best ability to be there, to execute, to not give up. Other guys, they fall away, you're still there. It's a talent in my eyes.
As a boxer, have you had any injuries or recoveries from injuries? How long?
Just 2 days before my pro debut, I was on the pads, and I bruised my knuckle, and I thought, it's a bit swollen, but I carried on. Then obviously you box in these little gloves when you're fighting, and my hand was swollen, my knuckle. Then obviously I went and got an X-ray, then it's bruised. So I was like, sweet, I just carried on training, be a bit careful, whatever. My second fight, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see it, my hand was out here, bad, and I thought, I've never had bad hands. And I was getting a bit worried, and then MTK, my management team, they sent me to a physio, some geezer specialist. I had to get, I had a cartilage and ligament damage in my knuckle, and I had to get, it was like a steroid.
Did you get a steroid injection?
Yeah, what's it, a cortisone?
Cortisone, I heard it's quite painful.
I had to get that. To be fair, my hand was so big, I didn't feel it. Do you know what I mean? So I got that. Then the lockdown happened, so I had 3-4 months no punching. Obviously my hand's now straight and I can punch, but
so you can see the knuckles are there.
You know what I mean? But that's good to go now compared to that.
Boxing,
but that was massive. If you look on my Instagram, it was massive.
That's good though, because you're giving experience. A lot of boxers, they say they pick up injuries within fights, and obviously that's happened to you in a fight. You're able to adjust, because obviously that happens, and you don't want that to be the reason you lose the fight.
Yeah, in the first 2 fights, I could feel it with every punch, and I think that was horrible. You know what I mean? Like, but you have to just get through it. But it makes the injury worse. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to be able to. Some people might have crumbled. Do you know what I mean? They might have hurt their hand and thought, "Oh, I can't do it." You just got to be able to carry on.
Just get through it, mate.
Yeah.
Did you adapt your style because your hand was hurting you?
Yeah, I went more to the body. I didn't really throw it because my first 2 fights, they were journeymen. Do you know what I mean? So they weren't really doing that. They weren't trying to throw no punches, so I could chill out a little bit. But I was gutted because if my hands were alright, I probably would have got both of them out there, in my opinion.
See, these things that you don't know.
But
you have to.
It's good in a way because they were thinking, oh, he doesn't hit hard.
That's what. Yeah, I think people. Like, a lot of people were saying like, oh, that's your third fight and you're only for your first knockout, but they don't realise in the scene, as a scene, I was putting people away. Like, I can punch a little bit. I'm not saying I'm a big punch, but I can punch a bit, and people after my second fight were saying like, well, you could have got him out of the jump, but I couldn't punch. My hand was massive in the glove. You know what I mean?
It's something that you don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. So until you show them your hand after, they're like, oh.
And that's the thing, they don't know. Obviously, that's when people talk about. They be like, oh, he didn't knock him out, he's got weak hands, blah, blah, he's got no power, but they don't know, and obviously you can't come out, people don't want you to come out and say, oh, my hands are hard.
Yeah,
it's an excuse, it's kind of like excuses.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But man, my guy Elliot, it's been great, man.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah,
so,
fantastic.
nice to meet you boys, man.
Oh, gosh.